Um, I can check. Just go on and ask whatever else because I have to actually open the files. I don't remember anymore.
Is there
That's the thing.
anything that you have as a coding question then, Sean, since, I mean, he's going into the file?
I don't think so. I mean,
I'm a little bit curious, I guess, about some of the hard limits on sanity, because I found it, like, for things like reposting, I don't imagine that has the
you're a
same
little
limit.
bit more. Yeah, I was gonna say you're a little bit more like obsessive about numbers and stuff than I am.
I find the system interesting, especially because the system was a labor of love. So I like the idea of understanding it, especially since, like, this is probably going to be my last playthrough of this. I still need to make Lovey play this and laugh. Things to do to your girlfriend. Make her play Shrouded In Sanity.
Wow.
How to ruin relationship 101.
Actually,
no, that's playing Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party ruins friendship.
Okay, I have the files open. You're not gonna like this because, as I said, the priest is an asshole basically.
Troll.
Yeah.
That priest is the absolute troll because he decreases if you buy the normal blessing, it decreases sanity by 1. If you buy the more expensive one, it decreases sanity by 3.
What?
So yeah,
it's more
exactly
to buy the little one. That's the worst.
I know.
So it's literally faster to kill yourself.
He was literally, well, to the limit anyway. He was literally put in as you know, like, he stands on a bloody cross in, like, laugh at you in every single sentence, and he offers you something really expensive, especially at the start of the game. You're like, oh my god, enemies drop like 100, 150, and you're asking me for like 5,000. It's like, no. And that's the thing, I intentionally placed him there, and that's the only reason he doesn't move into the main room, because then it would be even more of a dick move, really.
Yeah, because, like, everyone else who's really useful moves into the main room after you kill your first boss, I think it is.
Yeah. It's the same reason I have refusal at the beginning of every game. I plan to have that in every single game I make, refusing to, answer the call to adventure. It's in the usurper demo as well. You can immediately refuse to work with him, and you get what's coming to you. Like, what do you expect?
All right, well, you're dead now.
I mean, It's just great though that you have that option. I mean, it's one of those "but thou must" moments, but it does give you that illusion of choice.
Yeah, and I just wanted to set the tone that you are not your own free man at the second you accept. When you play the game, you are playing the role of someone who's being used, and I wanted to drive that home immediately. Yes.
Do we ever find out what the other things on the contract are?
If you were really, really, really inventive, you could translate it if you could find it, because it's actually in English.
What?
I'm not gonna say where the font is for it, but that's just the font.
So
on
that
the
is
contract.
actually
in English, yes. It's just in a different font.
And it actually does say something.
It actually does say the proper thing that it's supposed to say. So there's actually a meaning to it. It's not just mumbo jumbo, It's not just like
so if that's a
random
font, then that means anyone who data mines and looked at it before it's translated in a font.
It's not in the game. I was careful enough. It's not in the game.
It's a picture. Right.
I was going to say it's an image.
Shit.
Yes. At one point I wanted to include it, but I was like, no, people would instantly just bring out the font file. It takes 5 seconds to bring out the font file out of the engine. And it's like people would just, read it. And there's not much point to it.
So
no, it's out there somewhere. If I'm correct, it's still out there somewhere. But yeah, it's in English, so pretty much it could be translated because of the letters. It uses English, so E and A appears a lot, stuff like that.
I mean, I'm actually tempted to try and decipher that later and just Just out of spite, I'll just translate it and then post it on one of the crit hit videos somewhere, just so that it's like in the comment. Not even
I have
helpful
the-
to anyone.
I have the font. I think I will be able to translate it. I kind of remember what it says, not the exact wording, but I know what it's supposed to say.
The gist.
And it's basically one line I can reveal is that you're basically selling yourself to slavery, pretty much. Because that's what it is anyway. You know, if you haven't noticed, you not really have a choice.
The last thing, because it's you'll take orders from any representative of Waltham Industries. Which
Yeah, I think the one of the lines is that you give up all your rights to anything and everything, and the other line refers to something about the future.
Wait, so you
as in like
to everything and everything. So like the comment Waltham makes about your empire.
No. He doesn't want the empire because he, as he says, once the contract is up, you're free. You're free to go. Like it's he actually means it. He's he's a scheming asshole. Not really honorable, but that's what I wanted with Waltham, the Lovecraft horror. You know, it's not that the older gods couldn't destroy us; it's that they don't care. You know, that's the whole Lovecraft mythos anyway.
Is he sort of like almost in the Nyarlathotep reference?
No.
Damn. Because I was wondering, because Nyarlathotep's frequently associated with like technological advancement and things.
He's mentioned because Noah is related to that whole angle, but yeah, it's not really explored. But yeah, those gods have a role in it. It's just I put them in as a nod. I don't want to rely on them too much.
Okay,
and that's why
Waltham is one of the bigger aberrations then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a hunch.
I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I mean,
although the fact that he gets messed up that badly.
Well, that's just
the navigator.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Waltham's like spoopy. I'm just sitting here farming deaths because I'm like, I sort of just want to kill the monolith out of spite and talk to the. Oh yeah, how crazy do you have to be to talk to the pug?
Oh, 1 sec. Let me check. His dialogue. It's right here.
The pug's great. The pug is great. Also, is there a pug in Usurper?
There's a pug room. There's one of the one of the hard to get pets is a flying pug with a massive sword, a la Sif reference. Obviously, I just love that image of a dog with a giant blade in its mouth, and barking and jumping around.
Tales of Vesperia.
Dungeon of the Endless, because there's a secret character that's a pug.
Well, there's also one of the characters in Tales of Vesperia is a wolf with a sword.
Yes.
Which also makes me think of Dark Souls, because there is the...
Sif. Yeah, that's what I said, Sif. Sif
Sif is great.
Oh, yeah, I could totally talk to the pug right now. I'm at least that crazy.
Okay, 1 sec. The sanity has to be below 50.
Huh,
Actually, 50 or below to be able to talk to the pug.
I'm currently at 50 or below because I'm talking to the pug. And so... And he mentioned the thing about, like, the worlds multiplying. So this is working off, like, a many worlds theory of...
I don't really want to go that way in narrative because it's like a it devalues everything. Nothing matters, whatever. But basically what the king asked for was to change something in the past, and he got that in the form that he was shown one of those worlds where it went that way, and that's what he got. And it's like, yeah, well, there it is. I didn't have, he didn't change anything. You didn't have to change anything. It's like, there's all these variants exist. Then one of these old gods would just show you the thing, and it's like, okay, now pay up.
That's great. It's just like on him, basically.
Oh, you want a world where you didn't do this or that? Oh yeah, here it is. Now pay up. That's
the thing I thought it was that he got it for was he'd killed you earlier to take power and regretted it, and then like asked for what
That's
would
kind of
happen.
yes, that's kind of, but that's not the decision. His line of thinking is that that was just a result of an earlier choice that he made. Like his life, the king's life has been nothing but bad choices, and that's where the queen character, like the princess character, would have come in and explain more, and that's will be left off for the third game, because that will be, cover the whole what happened with the king and his regrets and all that from Hito's perspective. So that will be explained as well. But yeah, it's something he did much younger, and that led him down the worst path possible. And that's what he regrets.
Actually going to be a playable character in any of the games?
No. But will be an important character in the third one.
So was originally going to be, but is it?
Originally, you were supposed to. She would have been the kind of boss where you have to just get to her, and from that you would be stopped by a knight. So there's that trope, that there's someone you have to. There's the princess guarded by the knight. But I wanted to twist it a lot, because the princess was sick from the moment she was born. She had the growth disease, and she didn't grow properly. And because of that, in royal families, that never works out pretty well in history. So she went kind of mad and insane in the way that she was finding pleasure out of torturing things.
I mean.
Yeah, and there was her knight, which was appointed to her, which was completely in love with her and was protecting her despite this. And back when this was a city, back when Shrouded in Sanity was playing out in a city, she was like basically the Jack the Ripper, because she would go around killing people, everything, kids and whatnot, and the knight would be doing the cleanup. And you would have to fight the knight to put her down. Lovely, right?
I mean, good times. Fucking Sanity Farm. Fucking Sanity Farm.
You could edit the save file.
No, you know what? I'm just killing the king.
Alright.
I'm just murdering the king. Or getting murdered by him enough time that my sanity drops to, paste. Because that's also super likely.